Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Good evening children, this is Padma from GK Jain Schools. Let us continue with integral calculus from 12th Business Maths. In today's class, we are going to see what are called definite integrals, fundamental theorem of integral calculus and example sums related with these concepts. Let's move on to the topic children. Let us see what are called definite integrals. So far we have learnt about indefinite integrals. Now definite integrals means we are going to define the integrals with certain limits. A to b f of x dx, where a and b are its limits. Okay. Now the first fundamental theorem states that capital F of x is equal to a to x f of t dt. Then capital F of x is equal to small f of x. And the second theorem states that a to b f of x dx is equal to capital F of b minus capital F of a, where that b and a are nothing but the upper limit and the lower limit. So that is how we have to substitute the limits after integrating. And this note states that integral a to x f of t dt is a function of that variable x. Now let's move on to the sums. So definite integrals. Example 2.57. First let us start with the example sums. Find the integration for dy by dx is equal to 2x divided by 5x square plus 1 with limiting values 0 and 1. So from this exercise only we are going to see how we are going to apply limits for the particular function which has been integrated. Okay, now consider dy by dx is equal to 2x divided by 5x square plus 1. So when I am going to integrate, I have already told you when differentiation and integration was done, they will get cancelled and you will get back the value. So because we know that integration is nothing but the reverse process of differentiation. So obviously we will be getting it as y equal to, now I am going to integrate this with the limits values because they have given the limit values as 0 and 1. 0 to 1, 2x divided by 5x square plus 1. Now if I see this denominator, it is 5x square. If I differentiate that, I will get it to be, we know that x power n formula is nx power n minus 1. So 5 into 2 will become 10. So in the numerator, if I am going to multiply by 5, I will get it to be 10. So that I can write it as log of the denominator, right? So I will multiply by 5, multiply and divide by 5. So only I am having a 1 by 5 here. So it is 10x divided by this expression. When I am going to differentiate, I will get back the numerator. So I can write it as log of the denominator within the limit 0 to 1. Now listen children, how to apply the limit is upper limit to be applied in the x. Wherever x is there, upper limit first it has to be applied and then minus the same expression where x has to be applied with the lower limit. See, first I am applying 1. 5 into 1 square plus 1 minus log of second lower limit, that is 0 plus 1. 5 into 1 square is 5. So 5 into 1. 5 into 1 is 5 plus 1 and minus log 1. We know log 1 to the base 10 is obviously 0. Again you will be having here log 6 alone. So the answer will be 1 by 5 log 6. So y is equal to 1 by 5 log 6. Now we will see the next sum, that is evaluate integral 0 to 1 e power a log x plus e power x log a into dx. Okay, now let us consider these expressions. No, e power a log x, you remember power rule of logarithm. When you are having power rule, you can bring this a to the power. So this will become e power log x power a. Obviously exponential and logarithm are reciprocal to each other, it will get cancelled. So you will have x power a. Similarly e power x log a, again I can take this x to the power. So this will become e power log a power x. So e and log will get cancelled. So it is a power x. Now convert, no, this expression will become x power a plus a power x dx. So when I am integrating x power a, the formula for x power n is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So x power a plus 1 by a plus 1 plus, and a power x we have the direct formula, that is a divided by a power x divided by log a power x divided by log a. Now apply the limits. No, upper limit is 1. First apply 1 to the expression. So 1 power a plus 1 by a plus 1, wherever x is there you have to apply 1. A power 1 divided by log a minus, now lower limit 0. So 0 power a plus 1 by a plus 1 plus a power 0 by log a. Now 1 power anything is going to be 1. So 1 by a plus 1. Again here a by log a minus this expression will become 0 because 0 power. So it will become 0. Here a power 0 is 1. So 1 by log a. So we are having only these two expressions, these three terms. In these three terms, these two terms can be written together because we are having the denominator log a same. So the answer will be 1 by a plus 1 plus a minus 1 by log a. Now example 2.63, evaluate minus 1 to 1 x cube plus 3x square the whole cube into x square plus 2x dx. Okay. Now do you all remember when we started with the integration, we had certain types. When you are having an expression and the same expression when differentiated it was in the next expression, we can use this formula. So similarly, can you see this? When if I am going to differentiate x cube, I will get 3x square. Here I am having x square, so only 3 is missing, and here if I am going to differentiate I will get it to be 6x. So here also if I multiply the term by 6, here if I am going to multiply this by 3, what happens? 3x square, 3 2s are 6. I am getting back this term. Can you all see? If I am going to multiply this expression with 3 into x square, 3x square, 3 into 2, 6x. So I can do some substitutions or some multiplication and division, so that I can get back I can use this formula, integral f of x the whole power n f dash of x. That is, when I am having f of x and its differentiated part together, I can use this formula. So here when I do this, only 3 is missing for me. If I multiply by 3, I can get back this formula. So I am using it as 1 by 3 into x cube plus 3x square, because the formula states that f of x the whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this is my f of x. What is my f of x? This is my f of x. So x cube plus 3x square the whole power n is here 3. So 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1, that is 1 by 3 x cube plus 3x square the whole power 4 by 4. Now apply the limits, that is minus 1 to 1. First upper limit and then lower limit. Okay, so what I am going to do, I will apply the upper limit. Upper limit is 1 cube. So 1 cube plus 3 into 1 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Now lower limit, minus 1 the whole cube is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 3 into minus 1. Okay, minus 1 the whole square will become plus. So plus 3. So which is 2 power 4. So 4 power 4 minus 2 power 4 by 4, that is 256 minus 16 by 4. So we are getting it to be 240 by 4. So when I am cancelling, I am getting it to be 20. So the conversion is 1 by 3 into 60, that is 20. Therefore integral minus 1 to 1 x cube plus 3x square the whole cube into x square plus 2x into dx is equal to 20. Now we'll see example 2.65. See, here we are having minus 1 to 1 x into root of x plus 1 dx. Okay, so here we cannot integrate this directly. So substitution, putting t equal to x plus 1. So when I differentiate this, when I differentiate t, I will get dt. When I differentiate x, I will get dx. And when I differentiate constant, it will become 0. So dt equal to dx, but here limits are there. It is not going to end with the substitution alone. When limits are there, I have to change the limits also. For x, it is minus 1, 1. Then for t, what will happen? When x equal to minus 1, t equal to x plus 1, right? So minus 1 plus 1, 0. So when x takes minus 1, it is 0. When x takes 1, this will become 2. Okay, and also when t equal to x plus 1, what about x? X is equal to t minus 1. Now substitute in the given expression, minus 1 to 1 x into root of x plus 1 dx is equal to 0 to 1. Why 0 to 1? Because my x limits minus 1 to 1 has been changed to 0 to 1. 0 to 1. Now x takes the value t minus 1. So t minus 1 into root t dt. Now root t, shall I write it as t power 1 by 2 and then multiply? No. If you multiply inside, it is t power 3 by 2 minus t power 1 by 2. And what is x power n formula? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So t power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 2 plus 1. So when I am doing it, and at the last I will apply the upper limit and lower limit. So here I am going to apply the upper limit as 2 and the lower limit as 0. However, this part will become 0. Now 2 power 5 by 2, you can see the conversion here. 2 power 5 by 2 means I can write it as 2 power 1 by 2 the whole power 5. What is 2 power 1 by 2? Root 2. So root 2 into root 2 into root 2 into root 2 into root 2. So root 2 into root 2 is 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 into root 2. And again I am having a 2 here, so 8 root 2. Similarly, I can write this 2 power 3 by 2 as 2 power 1 by 2 the whole cube. That is root 2 into root 2 into root 2. That is 2 root 2. Again I am having a 2 here. That is 4 root 2. Then after subtracting, I am getting the answer. So this is all now important 3 mark sum. Now example 2.74. This is very simple sum, and it was asked in 5 marks also. Same similar type we have in exercise also. We'll see that when we are doing the exercise. Now see, they have given function depending upon the limits, you have to choose the function. If it is between minus 2 and 1, you have to take this. If it is between 1 and 2, you have to take this. If it is between 2 and 4, you have to take this. See, first expression minus 1 to 2, minus 2 to 1. So minus 2 to 1 means this expression, that is x square. So I have taken it as x square. I have integrated x cube by 3. Then I will apply the limit, that is minus 2 to 1. First I will apply the upper limit and then the lower limit. 1 na 1 cube by 3 minus 2 the whole cube by 3. So I got the answer. Now go for the second subdivision. 1 to 2 f of x dx. 1 to 2 means these two. So these two limits. So the function is x. So I will substitute as, here we have completed. So I will substitute as x. So when I integrate x, it is x square by 2 and I am getting the answer to be 3 by 2. Now I will go for the third subdivision. 2 to 3 f of x dx. So 2 to 3 means here we have 2 to 4. So 2 to 3 also lies over here only. That is x minus 4. Now substitute. No, 2 to 3 means x minus 4. When I integrate x, I will get it to be x square by 2. When I integrate 4, I will get it to be 4x. So now I apply my upper limit, that is 3 square by 2 minus 4 into 3. Lower limit 2 square by 2 minus 4 into 2, that is 9 by 2 minus 12, 4 by 2 minus 8. So simplifying, I will get the answer. Now see the fourth subdivision. Minus 2 to 1.5 f of x dx. So do we have any 1.5 over here? No, it is an intermediate value. So what will happen? We will split the limit. The limit. Can you see here? Minus 2 to 1.5, what will do? Minus 2 to 1 f of x dx plus 1 to 1.5 f of x dx. So minus 2 to 1 means, what is the expression you have to take? Minus 2 to 1 means x square. So it is x square dx. And 1 to 1.5 means we don't have 1.5 but we have 2. And obviously 1.5 will be lying between this only. So we will take this expression once again. So it is x dx. So this minus 2 to 1 x square dx we have already calculated. Minus 2 to 1 x square dx. The answer is, what is the answer? It is 3. Okay, so you can directly substitute that value here. So you can directly substitute it to be 3 here, and this alone you have to calculate. That is minus 1 to 1.5. 1 to 1.5 is x. So when I integrate x, it is x square by 2. Then apply the upper limit and lower limit and get the answer. Now the fifth subdivision, integral 1 to 3 f of f dx. Again, we don't have 1 to 3. See? We have 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Then what will do? 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Now the limits will be 2 to 3. The limits will be splitted because we are having 1 to 3. So we will split it as 1 to 2 f of x dx plus 2 to 3 f of x dx. So 1 to 2, and that f of x dx is x dx, and 2 to 3 is x minus 4 dx. Both the values we have already found it out. That is 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2. So both will get cancelled and 0. So this is how we have to do this sum. So and this is a very important sum. See, 1 to 2 is, if you see here, 1 to 2 is x. And anything between 2 and 4, it is x minus 4. So we are substituting and taking the values there. Okay, so this is how we have to do. So children, in today's class we saw what is called definite integral, first and second fundamental theorem of integral calculus, also the example sums related with these concepts. We will continue with the exercise in the next class, children. Thank you.